Hello there, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. You have reached Divine Spiritual Tea. I am Mary. I appreciate you guys joining me. Today we're going to do a daily read for September 7th, 2022. It's Wednesday, September 7th, 2022. I want to see what the message is that Spirit wants you to know. Now we will be pulling 4 sets of cards here. So if you guys like, you can pick the group that you want, group 1, 2, or 3, or you can just listen to the whole read. Take what resonates with you and leave the rest, of course, okay? Okay, so let's see what Spirit wants you to know for today. Hope you guys will hit that like, share, and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. That way I know if you like what you're hearing or not. Okay, I'll turn them over in a second, guys. Like I said, you can pick the group that you want, or you can listen to the whole read and see how it resonates with you. All right, spread them out. Okay, we'll pick the next group here. Spirit, what is it that you want everyone to know today for the daily read? Oops, try that again. Some of them want to stick together here. All right. Okay, and I'll pick a final card, an overall card, as we end it here, okay? So let's see what the first card is. The first card is Take. The first thing we have up here is Take. Now, you can see that we have like a mound of ants here. And they are in a grassy situation. They are, I would say, in nature, of course. That's where we want to see them, as in nature. But it says take. And with this, I am getting the feeling that the universe is saying, I am giving you what you need here. It's kind of like in a tarot card reading, the Magician, in which you have all that you need. So Spirit is saying here, I'm giving you all that you need. You have all that you need. All you need to do is receive it. In a sense, receive what it is that you need here. So some of you may be, being a little playing the scarcity card, I guess I should say, and not understanding that everything that the universe has put here on earth, or Spirit has put here on earth for us, is for our good. Now, whether we use that in a good way or not, we have free will, but it is here for us to use. So think about that as you maybe are feeling like things are a little scarce for you, or that you don't have enough, that kind of thing. There is a way of getting what it is that you need. And sometimes all it takes is just going within and asking, or asking Spirit to show you the way, show you the way, that what it is that you need to get whatever it is that you want. So that is something to really think about. Sometimes we have to get out of that negative mindset of, well, I can't have this because of that, or, so-and-so, something is holding me back from getting this or that. Sometimes it just takes a matter of changing your mind. Okay, so I see this as an overabundance of ants here, and they know they are building their home, and they know that everything in nature, whatever they need is here for them to take. So that's something that you guys need to think about as you move forward today. Okay, so if you get something that, if you come up into a situation, maybe someone wants to bless you with something, go ahead, take it. Don't take anything that doesn't belong to you, or that's that's not what I'm saying. But you may be being blessed and not even know it. So be prepared for that. And the card we have here, under that is connection. And what connection says is, you are very connected to the heavenly realm. And that is so true. I think sometimes we forget about that, because it's, we always hear, ask and you shall receive. Okay, so are you asking for what you need? Sometimes we don't get it right then when we think we might want it right now, and we're not going to get it right now. The universe gives us what we need when we need it, and the universe is not on the same time that we are. Sometimes we forget about that too. So it's saying that you're connected. You're connected. All you have to do is ask and receive. Okay. The next card I have up here is cycle. Now, to me, cycle was talking about something. You may be in a certain cycle in your life, or maybe you're going, if you around and around, there's something you're going around and around about, and you can't make a decision. You can't make up your mind about it. But on top of that, we have dead end here. So I am taking this to mean, and for some of you who didn't see that, there's the card, dead end. As you're cycling around, you're going back and forth, around and around the same thing all the time, maybe it's time for you to let it go. You've reached the dead end here. And it's time for you maybe to step back and say, okay, I'm done with this. There's no sense in repeating. What's that saying? They say something about if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, how are you going to get a different result? You have to let it go. So some of you have been cycling around and around in the same situation, and you haven't decided yet that it's time to let it go. So this may resonate with some of you, to let it go. It's time to maybe try a new way of doing something to get whatever it is you need. You have to understand that this thing that you're repeating is not getting you anywhere, and it's time to let it go. So let's see what's under that. Okay, it says environment. Okay, and it says, now is a good time to clear, clean, and declutter your environment. Wow, that's right on time, because sometimes we get stuck in these cycles because there's a lot of ways of looking at this card here, because we are in such clutter that we can't think. So maybe it's time for some of you to clean up your environment, declutter, so that you can think clearly and get out of this rut of going around in this cycle of no return, this dead end that you're reaching. So whatever that environment is around you, and it could be that you are just listening to what people are saying to you. You should do this, you should do that, you shouldn't do this. Clear that clutter even out of your mind. And if you're around people that are keeping you in this certain way of being, maybe it's time for you to clear out some of that even. And so that you can think clearly for yourself on your own. Okay? All right, let's move on to number 3. And this card, wow, boredom. Some of you may be a little bit bored. And here we have showing up. I would take this to be like a nurse, for instance, or someone that's in the health field, that kind of thing. So I'm going to say job, work, that kind of thing. Take a look at this face here, guys. Take a look at that face. Yes, she is definitely bored. So for some of you, you may be going through a stage of boredom, and you've been doing this for so long. You're unhappy with the way things are going. You are, you know your job, you know what you're doing, you know it so well, like the back of your hand, and you're just bored with it. But you're kind of stuck because you don't know what to do next. Well, this is the time to let that boredom go and start bringing some other things into your life. Maybe take some classes so that you'll move on to, something else, maybe a different job, that kind of thing. And this does remind me of this cycle here, this dead end cycle here. Maybe you're going around and around, trying to decide, I really don't like this anymore. It doesn't have to be nursing. It could be whatever you're doing. It could be waitressing. It could be anything. And it's time for you to let it go. Okay? So we all get into those situations where we're feeling bored about some things. But sometimes it just is a matter of taking a class, or maybe seeing about doing something else different at your particular position that you're in. So it's like we feel very uneasy about things sometimes, and we don't know what it is. And sometimes it's just that we're bored. We want to move on. We want to do something else. And that's what life is all about, creativity. You have to create something else for yourself in your life. So you may come upon that time when you're feeling bored, some of you, and it's just time for you to make a move. The universe may be telling you it's time to let that boredom go, time to let that cycle go, and take another route, take another look at what else may be there for you, okay? Don't limit yourself. Okay, and the card we have up, wow, old habits. Old habits. Now, great, this is under the boredom. And it says an old habit may be keeping you from moving forward. This is so on time. Wow. So, guys, listen. You may be so used to doing something that you don't even know you're bored with it, but you're feeling down. You come home every day, you're feeling down, or maybe you're working from home. It doesn't matter. There is something that is making you feel bored, and it's because you've gotten into habit of doing certain things a certain way, and you don't know how to let it go. You don't know how to accept whatever it is that the universe is offering you. You need to take some time and go within. And I'm always recommending going within and listen to that voice. There's no sense in just being unhappy and bored because you're in the habit of doing something a certain way or doing a certain job, and you're just afraid to let it go and move forward. And when you get to this point where you're bored and that kind of thing, sometimes this even affects your health and that kind of thing. So it is time, a lot of times, to just move on. So I want to pull a final card here so that we can bring this all together. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Let me know if this resonates with you at all. Okay, so I'm going to pull a final card here. Universe, let's put this all together. What is it that you want the listeners to know about? today, 9/7/2022. Okay. Well, let's see. I'll take this one. Wow, this is really great. It says, set limits with draining people. It says, when people are depleting you, kindly set a limit, such as, I only have 10 minutes to listen now. Such self-care is respectful and empowering. Okay, so you can see there's a big no there. Okay. So, as we put this all together, it is up to us. It is up to us to take care of ourselves, listen to the universe, put the connections together. If you've been going over and over and over something, and maybe someone is saying to you, you need to do this or do that, and you're not, you've been going around in a circle and it's not helping you any, it's time to, or maybe you're bored, time to let it go. Time to set some limits, even for yourself, and say, I've been doing this forever, and now I am tired of doing this. It's become a habit. I know it inside out. It's not fun anymore. It's affecting me in other ways in my life. Okay, so say no. No, I'm not going to do this any longer. You see the hand here. No, I'm not going to do this any longer. I'm going to take care of myself. This is about self-care at this point. So, guys, set limits. Don't let people or things, jobs, whatever, drain you. Set limits, and so that you remain happy. You can't help others no matter what you're doing if you are unhappy yourself. Okay, so thank you guys so much for joining me. Let me know if this resonates with you, and I appreciate you all. Have a good evening.